Hey everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the Ccm EFlex 5.9 goalie pads. These are the mid-price point pads for the new Ccm EFlex line. I have about, I would guess, maybe 20, maybe 25 games on these so far. I've owned them for about 3 months now. And I'm making this review just because when I had purchased them, they're relatively new on the market and there wasn't a lot of on-ice reviews on these pads, so I figured I'd just make one, see if I can help out the next guy. Maybe he's looking into pads and trying to find reviews just like me, and maybe this video will make his decision or her decision a little bit better, or a little bit easier. Sorry. So my playing style, I started about 6 or 7 years ago, and I originally had a used set of Reebok 8Ks, which is a hybrid, or sorry, a butterfly blocking style pad. And then I had purchased a set of Ccm EFlex 500s, which is the original EFlex line that came out about 5 years ago. Mid price point, same idea as these ones. Use those for 3 or 4 years. And then I had purchased a set of Vaughn SLR Pro Carbon, which are a butterfly style pad, very stiff pad, stiff foams, big rebounds, all that fun stuff. Kind of comparable to like a Bauer. I can't think of the Bauers right now, but the butterfly style of the Bauer, the Supreme. Sorry, thank you. So the first thing I want to talk about is the speed skin, which is the material that is in most of the pad. The only part of the pad that is not speed skin is the middle knee roll, half of the bottom knee roll, and half of the top knee roll. That's the only part of the pad that is not made out of speed skin. So the sliding surface is all speed skin, and I've never actually used it before. I've only ever had Gen Pro or whatever comes on the older CCM models and the Vaughn, but I am very, very impressed with the speed skin. I'm a big fan of it, actually. So when you get on the ice right after a Zamboni, you go down, you do your stretches, immediately you're going to notice how easy these slide. Usually with my Vaughns, I don't know if it was just me or not, but I would have to stretch on the ice for a little bit. I don't know if I had to get them cold or what, but once you got them cold, they slid okay, but not the best. These ones, the moment you get on the ice, they slide great. When I play, I try my best to keep my crease clean of snow, but sometimes it's hard, or the ice is just not very good. Either way, these pads slide great. I play on really bad ice, really good ice, choppy ice, soft ice, every ice that you can think of. I have a lot of rinks around here that I play in, and all of them, these pads perform great sliding. From post to post, it's very little force I have to put into it in order to slide back and forth. Same if I was to do a butterfly push, same thing, very easy. I really do like the speed skin. I'm a big fan of that. I have got run into 2 or 3 times so far, and there's a cut there and a cut there, which isn't that big of a deal. And right down here, it almost does look like it's starting to wear out a little bit, but that was actually from a skate. So like I said, about 20-25 games on these pads so far, and I'm a big fan of them. They work really good. Another thing I want to talk about is the CCM. I think these are made in China. I could be wrong. Look at the tag here, see if it says made in China. Oh, made in Vietnam. Okay, there you go. The quality control of these pads is very, very good, in my opinion. A lot of the mid-grade stuff, not just in CCM but in Vaughn too, you'll see the face of the pad on the materials. You got like loose material, or not stretch material by any means, but you could just tell, especially on the sliding surface, a lot that it would be loose material, and it just you could tell that it wasn't crafted very well. I looked over these pads, and actually 2 more sets at Pro Hockey Life when I had bought them, and all 3 sets looked the exact same. The craftsmanship was there, the quality control seemed to be there. I'm very impressed. None of the stitches are frayed, there's no extra extra, what's the word I'm looking for? Extra strings sticking out anywhere like that. Like, the quality control is there. I'm very impressed with it. Even on the back, I'll show you the back here in a couple minutes there. But even the nylon, there's not much issue at all with the quality control, which I'm very happy about. Now I want to get into the foams of these. Now the old CCM EFlex 500s that I've had, even the EFlex 2s, 3s, and 4s, to me, all have the same foam makeup when it comes to the face of the pad. They have a really, really low density foam, almost like a memory foam. I know it's not memory foam, but it feels like memory foam. It's very squishy to kill rebounds. These ones here, they seem to have gone away from that, because the foam that's actually in here, it's not as stiff as my Vons or like a Bauer Supreme, or even the CCM Axis or the Premier lines, but it's pretty stiff. On harder shots along the ice, especially in here and up top, my old pads, and I know for a fact in the EFlex 4s, 3s, and 2s, because I know people that have them, they all kill rebounds no matter what kind of shot that you get. These pads, any hard shot, it blows the rebound into the corner, or anywhere that you point it, it'll kick a rebound out very well. If you are to get a small little backhand, or if you're in the RVH hugging a post and the shot comes from fairly close, it will kill the rebound. So these foams, I kind of, the face of the pad, I kind of find it's the best of both worlds between a rebound control and a rebound kicker outer, I guess you would say. Now the pro version of these pads has two different foam options. It's max control, which I'm assuming is kind of like the old CCM style, where it's like really low density foam all throughout the pad, and max rebound, which is the foams that they use in their Premiers and their Axis line, which is made to kick out rebounds and be a little bit stiffer. This, I find, is the best of both worlds. You get really good rebounds with it if that's what you're into, but also in a smaller shot, you can kill the rebound and really cover it if you have to, or play it, or do whatever you really want with it. I like the idea of a hybrid style pad being more flexible, but I also like the idea of being able to kick the rebounds out a little bit more than my older CCMs, because the amount of times that I got burned on rebounds because I kicked them out, it kills the rebound like 3 feet to my left. I don't have time to go over to make a diving save, and sometimes our defense aren't the best, right? They're not perfect, so stuff happens. These ones, I really, really like it. The updated foams in there, it's a big tick in the box for me. I really like that. Now, another thing I do want to talk about is the older CCMs. And when I say older, I mean the EFlex 3s, 2s, and 1s. The thigh rise was very... flimsy is not the word I'm going to use, but it was not as stiff, we'll say that. Now, keep in mind, this pad, I have 20 games on it. It's not as flexible as an EFlex 4 would be, but these are not completely broken in yet, to my knowledge. I don't think they are. The thigh rise and the core itself, actually, the core itself and the 5.9 is actually the same as you would get in the Pro version. It's just the materials and the foams on the face are a little bit different, but the core is the exact same. So what they did was they actually stiffened up the core a little bit to prevent pucks hitting the thigh rise and the pad bending in when they do get hit. There was it happens all the time in the NHL, especially with the new True pads. I've noticed it happened quite a bit. But there was a Russian goaltender in the IHF a couple of years ago. He had EFlex 2s. He was moving from side to side, and there was a shot that came in from the point, and the puck hit right around here, and the pad actually folded in because the puck hit it so hard, and it went through. I've had that problem with my EFlex 500s before, and it drives me absolutely insane. But with this new thicker thigh rise, I'm not going to have a problem with that. I've taken quite a few, even in the RVH, the puck, it'll miss my stick and it'll hit the upper portion of my thigh rise. and it won't bend it in. If it does, it's very minimal. Like the puck won't get past. It's a big upgrade for CCM. Like I said, same core that's in the EFlex Pros and the EFlex 5.9s. I can't comment on the lower 5. I don't know what the lowest price point is on these. I think it's the 4.9. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me. Or it's not the 4.9, but it's the lower version of these. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. It might be 5.1 or 5.2 or something, or 5.3. It has to stay in the 5, but anyway, that's besides the point. Another thing I want to talk about is the knee rolls. Now, the EFlex 4s, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, were pretty well the same all the way from the original EFlex all the way up to the EFlex 4s, is they had a rounded knee blocks, or not knee block, but knee rolls, we'll call them. Now, Vaughn, in their V series, which is kind of sort of their hybrid style, they've had squared knee rolls for quite a few generations of pad for the last couple of years that I remember. CCM finally did it, and I am a big fan of it. Now, it's the same foam as you get in the rest of the pads, so if you do get a shot in the knee roll, I have quite a few shots in here. You know, this is black, but there's quite a few shots all through here. It's very predictable. Rebounds are more predictable than what they would be if they were rounded. Now, I can't really show this very well on camera, but this is not straight across. Actually, the light might show it a little bit. Right here, this knee roll actually kind of bends down and in a little bit. Same on this side and same on this side. So it almost deflects pucks. I don't know. If it hits a certain way, it'll actually deflect the puck kind of down almost, instead of pushing it out, or pushing, like it makes it easier to predict where a rebound's gonna go if it was to hit here. I really do like that. I find it kind of looks a little sharper, to be honest with you. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. And like I said, the rebound control, it's there for these pads, especially with the foams being the way that they are. They work great. The seal on these pads, because the core, like I said, is a little bit thicker, sturdier, we'll say, than the old EFlex line, the seal is very, very good. The thigh rise, whenever you're on the ice and you do lean on it, with any pad, it will kind of flip up, almost kind of like, it'll kind of flip up like that. You'll have a little hole between the thigh rise and the ice. But these pads, it's controlled a lot more. When you're in the RVH and you really lean on that post, my old 500s used to do this a lot. There would actually be a hole that would open up right in here, a fairly decent sized hole where you can definitely get a puck through, because I got scored on quite a few times by doing that. These ones with the thicker core, stiffer core, sorry, it really does eliminate that. The seal on the ice, it's very, very good. There's no holes, there's no nothing for these pads to get in. So that part I really do like. And the boot is still very flexible, so you do get some decent little pushes off the post, or T-pushes or anything like that. It works very well. So the next thing that I do want to talk about is the strap system. Actually, before I get to the strap system, I just want to mention that CCM put their logo right here. Now, this is not Speedskin. It's just, I don't know, just like a Nash material or something like that. I know it's visual, but it just looks kind of cool. It looks sharp to me. Going back to the construction, a lot of pads, the lace that goes through there, it's fairly loose. I can fit my finger into there. The lace all through these pads, it's tight. There's no, like I said, there's no fraying, there's no nothing. Like, these pads have been put together very well. For being a mid-price point and not made in Canada, I'm very impressed. Anyway, so the strap system, you can go from your knee block to right on the other side of your knee to really lock your knee in place. I like that. That's just, I don't like my knee moving around all too much. While we're actually talking about the knee block, the 5.9 and the Pro have the same style knee landing. You get the same, it's like a grippy, I don't know really how to explain it, but it gives you a lot more grip, so you don't slide off as easy. Now, I can't really do this with one hand, but this strap in here, it's sandwiched between two pieces of Velcro. So you can actually move this strap in further if you want, and then you can move the strap further up. So if you want a little bit tighter across the back of your knee, or tighter along the back of your leg to down here, you can do that. This is adjustable. You can move the strap up, down, in, out, whatever you want. You also get, trying to do it one-handed doesn't really work very well. Come on into there. There we go. You also get a quick motion strap. Now this strap pretty much secures your calf in place. It helps with the pad rotation to keep it, you know, true. You can, get out of the way. You can loosen this up if you want. You can have it tighter. I have it loosened off just because I'm used to having a pad a little bit looser on my leg than other people. By all means, you can have this pad really tight on your leg if you want to. The way that I have it, I just have it looser. That's just my personal preference on it. The knee landing in here, it's all sandwiched in with Velcro. It's just a nice touch for like cleaning and airing out and stuff like that. Then you do get one strap that kind of just keeps the pad close to your leg. You can have this tight, loose, and this strap actually is part of the pad. You can't take it out and move it around, so just fair warning on that. So yeah, I mean, oh, the boot strap, it is there. It's like a rubber kind of boot strap. It's not leather. You can remove it if you want to. If you don't want it there, by all means, you can get rid of it. The toe bridge is not actually attached to the pad with 2 screws. It's sewn in there. I don't know how I feel about that, only because there's a lot of strain that gets put on this, especially if a puck hits it, or you use lace instead of the bungee cord like I use. I'm not saying that it'll ever happen, but it might rip. I don't know. That's just one thing that I noticed that I'm not that big of a fan of. I'd rather have it mechanically attached to my pads, but it is what it is. CCM does come with a pair of these elastic toe straps. These are pro laces. I put them on myself, partly because I have custom set and I just like them better. The ones that come with CCM, they're pretty much the same. They're a little bit smaller, so the durability, I don't know if it's there. It's the one that kind of ties into an eyelid on the other side. It's up to you what you do with them. You can take them out and just put lace in here if you want to, or get toe hooks, or really whatever you want, you can do. So yeah, as far as I know, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Like I said, this pad is a hybrid style pad, but it's more geared towards almost a butterfly in the sense that it kicks rebounds out a lot harder than the older style of CCMs. But you still get the flexibility and the mobility of the older hybrid style. So it's the best of both worlds. The construction is very, very good. Like I said, for like the 3rd time, there's no, strings hanging out anywhere. There's no loose material. There's no, defects that I can find. I'm very impressed with it. If you guys have any questions, guys, girls have any questions, I'll sure to try to answer them. I just, like I said, made this video to try to help somebody if they're, looking for a set of pads and they have these in mind. There's not really a lot of on-ice reviews. I can't really make an on-ice review. I can just tell you of my experience. But yeah, I hope you guys and girls have a good day. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, just throw her down in the comments and I'll try to help as best I can. Anyway, have a good one.